share your name? My name's Graham. Nice to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you, Graham. You can call me Sam. I
Okay,
am an
cool.
uncle, so I am an Uncle Sam.
Oh, uh, if you're
uh,
if you're an African American guy, that could be like a racial term that certain people use.
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I had a few guests on here before. My friend, his family is he has Haitian ancestry, and he's more of a conservative fella. I mean, he voted for Biden during his first term, but yeah, just because he like said he likes Trump now, people were calling him an Uncle Sam. And I
Hmm,
looked up the definition of Uncle Sam. I guess it's like someone of African American ancestry that it's bullshit. It's basically like listens to the white man or something like that, or
interesting.
adheres to the white man or something.
Because I remember the 1940s perspective where they had Uncle Sam getting folks ready for the military. You know what I mean? Like that's the thought I have in my head. But
I don't remember. I guess so. Maybe that was something to do with African folks trying to join in the military. I
nope,
guess I don't know.
it was to get us to invest into a certain investment for the military so we could fund them. Uh, it laps me off the top of my head.
Yeah, you said you're like a history buff, right? You wanted to talk about some history.
Oh man, history is interesting and yet terrifying because when you think of history, that's where you get people scared. And I think most folks, like for example, on the tariffs, they're more concerned about when they look back in history. In the 1930s and the 40s, we had the
Yeah.
Red Scare, and history does repeat itself. And people are thinking this is happening right before World War II. Now they're thinking World War. That's where they're thinking, and it scares them. So they get angry. Fear causes a lot of emotions. So it
Oh yeah,
happens
no,
on both
absolutely.
sides.
Fear is also how a lot of places and a lot of people make their money. Unfortunately, I mean, I hate to say it, a lot of people don't realize this, but it's not just the news. I mean, it's pretty much any company. I mean, you think about when they make stories. They're like, "Oh, we're running out of this. We're running out of toilet paper," like they claimed. I mean, my state never ran out of toilet paper, but they were telling people a few years ago, "We're running out of hand sanitizer. We're running out of toilet paper." Yeah, that's how fear can make companies a lot of money and stuff like that. And also the mainstream media, they make a shit ton of money. I mean, any kind of media really makes a shit ton of money, except like the independent people. They're not really like fear mongering too much. Some of them do, but they're not profiting like the way big companies can profit off of like fear mongering and stuff like that.
Absolutely. And both sides do it. The left, the right. They're both dirty on this aspect. Every side's guilty. So
Yeah, for sure.
personally, I like looking for multiple perspectives. So like ground news and like other spots like that where you get journalists from both sides. You can compare and contrast and get that real good neutral perspective.
Yeah, I know some
Personally,
people recommend like Reuters and stuff like that. I honestly have mixed opinions on Reuters.
I don't know much about Reuters myself, but ground news, it has all the different agencies. So you get to see what CNN, Fox News, you can compare not just the big ones, but the small ones too.
Yeah,
And
I'll
it's
have to
quite,
check out Ground News then.
bro,
I
I
don't think I'm
believe
too
you'll,
familiar with it.
it's awesome. Like you get to learn so much cool stuff that doesn't even get notified by the big news agencies and whatnot. You learn a lot. Learning's fun, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is really fun. I always like to talk with people and discuss about things, but like these people aren't really trying to educate me or tell me anything interesting. They're not even trying to change my mind. They're just trying to make certain political people look bad or make my opinions not valid and so on and so forth. Like I like talking with people that like tell me check out this news source, check out this news source. They'll tell me about history, this or that. No, most people here are just like, nah, this is why Trump's bad, man. This is why he's bad. Or they'll be like, this is why Biden's bad. This is why Biden's bad. I mean, that's all cool and stuff, but like educate me on something that I don't know already.
Exactly. And I think this is a big thing that society has really fallen on its heels on, not being able to communicate their points without getting their emotions in sway. Because this isn't, your life doesn't depend on this completely. It does at a point, but not completely. So you got to take your emotions out of it and just look at the facts. Sadly, both sides are dirty, either left or right. They have their hands in the pot. So
Yeah, I agree. The thing is though, like, I like your perspective a lot, but the thing is, like, a lot of people really think that like a certain person being a president is gonna destroy their life and stop them from reaching their goals or whatever they want to do in life. Like that shit is ridiculous to me. At the end of the day, we do live in America. Like it's a free market system. It's a capitalist society. Like it doesn't matter if you want to be like, a fisherman or if you want to be like a businessman or something like that. Like you can do whatever you want to do and no one's really stopping you. Like they don't understand how like privileged they are being born in America and stuff like that because it doesn't matter if I wouldn't like if Harris was president, but if Harris was president, I would continue like normal. And they're calling you Chewbacca. Can we get a Chewbacca
look,
yell?
I can't do it this time around. Maybe another time.
You
I
said your
got
tonsils are getting removed, right? Your
it.
tonsils just got
Oh,
removed.
I've been recovering from not
Oh,
tuberculosis, but
tuberculosis.
tonsillitis, and yeah, I'm still getting better. But I'm at a point where I can talk and I'm all good in that aspect. But let's say I come on to another time. I'd love to do that. I'm a voice impressionist. I love doing funny voices.
Yeah,
So
I saw that in your bio. I was really hoping that you could use some funny voices. I don't know if you heard Chris's. He does a really fun. I mean, Chris is a lawyer guy. He's not really a supporter of Trump or anything like that, but he is, more right wing than he likes. He likes the Second Amendment. He likes freedoms. I would call him a libertarian, but he says he's like a Democrat. But he does really funny voice impressions. Like he did a hilarious. I have to ask him to do it again so you can hear it, but he did like a RFK Jr. voice impression. I mean, I would try to do it, but my voice impressions are freaking horrible. But maybe I could try to do it in a second here. But nah, I really can't do it. He's like, hey guys, it's RFK here, and I'm here to tell you to do your push-ups. I don't know. I'm not really
uh,
good. Bro's like, holy shit, that was horrible.
I don't know how you can get. There's a certain level of grasp where you can get that. I can't do
Yeah,
that.
no, I'm telling you, this guy Chris in the Discord, he does it perfectly. He does it perfectly. He does that
Yeah,
perfectly. Will you guys shut the hell about vape? He's an adult. If he wants to smoke a cigarette or vape, let him do what he wants to
it's
do.
all right. I won't vape on the cam. I
Oh
understand if
man,
y'all
do
don't
what you
like
want to
seeing it.
do.
It's all right. I'm trying to quit, so I appreciate it's a motivation. I appreciate it in a way. It's a good motivation. It's like a fire under your ass to get you to stop. So I appreciate it, y'all. The hate, the love, take it off.
Can you speak
Anyway,
on native peoples because it destroys all your YouTube cult BS? What the hell are you talking about, native people? How does it destroy my cult? I think they're talking about because we invaded the country a long time ago. We colonized the country, and now we have immigration law. And if I talk about the natives, then deport all the white men and all the white people. I know this liberal hole that they're going down. I got bad news for you. Lots of countries were invaded and taken over before, and most of them. I think every single. I mean, I've only heard of one country that doesn't enforce immigration law, and it's literally Somalia. Somalia basically doesn't have a government because they're pretty governmentless. But other than that, most of all countries enforce immigration. And I also maybe you know something about this, but I heard there were people here before the Native Americans, but I don't know what you know about that.
so when it's a really touchy subject, but when you go into the historical back and forths, when people had that one land and another took over, and then when you take over in war, you kill them all. Usually, that's how it goes. Sadly, it's a sad act of war, and with that, Who knows? Somehow, maybe the original people of the lands may have been taken out. Those were the true first people. And there was Viking. I'm here in Missouri. There is Viking structures here. Who knows? I ain't not saying nothing, but there's structures
Yeah,
here
some
that are
people
old.
told me the Vikings were here before the Native Americans, but I don't know if that's true. You guys can debate that in the comments. I mean, I think a lot of the stuff you learn in history isn't even 100% true. I mean, I'm not here to really talk about the epidemic that we just faced in 2019. You can all have your own opinions and whatnot and stuff like that. But I will just say this: if you read what's on Wikipedia, you would think that if you went outside in the streets, people were dying and dropping like flies. I assure you, when you went out in the streets during that 2019-2020 epidemic, no one was dying and falling to the streets. Yes, elderly people and sickly people were dying in hospitals, just like they always do. Maybe they were dying at higher numbers. I'm not denying any of that. But all I'm saying is, if you look it up on Wikipedia and read it like a history article, it's nothing like what actually happened. And that was just a couple years ago. They're lying and writing history the way they want it to sound, and this was just a couple years ago. This was just a couple years ago, and they're trying to basically make history sound like the way they want it. Fear
History,
tactics. Yes, sir.
it gets changed all the time, sadly. It's not usually by the people you think it'd be.
The
Um,
winners write the history too. That's another thing. Winners write the history.
the winners and the losers that sneak their way in to be will write their little ones because they do that.
Oh yeah,
It's this
for sure.
weird history gets messed with consistently, but documents usually don't get fucked with. The books where they talk about it, you'll have misinformation put into it. So that's why you got a lot of stuff in the history books. It's like, oh, there's some good in there, but there's some, but uh, it's all right, brain fart.
Melania needs to go. All the legal people that came here illegally need to go, and we need to keep the illegal immigrants. Is that what you're saying?
Mm,
I'm sorry you lost your cousin, but that doesn't mean that people in the streets were dying and falling to the ground. I'm just saying it's facts. I know you're just joking, bro. I know you're just joking when you say, "What did Abraham Lincoln do?"
I believe that they could enforce it better because the way they are doing it is at least a little brass. It's a little brass. And it looks good on paper. I can't say it don't, but I believe they're going a little too far. It's a lot of cases. I've seen a lot of videos where it's really bad, and not just one place, but in a lot of places. They're doing some really dirty tactics. I mean, uh, it may look good on paper, but when you're looking at how it's being played out, it it just it's hard to see. Like it's hard to watch. It's like this is how we Americans are doing it, and
They love to talk about fascism. They love to talk about Trump and fascism. And yes, I know Trump was president when the pandemic broke out. So don't be screaming in the comments, oh, Trump was president, yada, yada. I don't care who is president. I don't agree with everything Trump's did. Now, maybe 80% of the stuff I agree with, maybe 70 to 80% of the stuff, I would have to really sit down and look at a piece of paper. But I don't agree with everything he's done, and especially a lot of things revolving that pandemic and whatnot. And talk about fascism. Fascism is forcing you to stay in your house and do whatever the government tells you to do. Now, that's my own personal opinion.
mm,
Now you can say, "Oh, that's spreading sickness and whatnot." Yeah, okay, maybe it is spreading sickness, but how are you going to spread sickness if the other people stay in their house? They won't be able to spread it. This guy can't even spell fascist.
honestly, I
He
can't remember how to
wasn't
spell it off the
shot.
top of my head.
He didn't win. He's on that list Okay, that is a disgrace to say that he wasn't shot when literally a firefighter died. A firefighter! We lost a good man in the community. We lost a good man in the community. Now, maybe he wasn't shot conventionally. Maybe he wasn't like, bullet piercing, but maybe it just barely nicked his ear. Yeah, okay, maybe you can say that. But still, it doesn't matter if you get shot at or hit or not. The point is, how many of you have ever had someone shoot at you before? Unless you had that experience happen to you before in life, then you're not really one to talk much about it.
It's not. Yeah. Oof.
And listen, I love theories and different stuff like that, but when you're talking about people that died and such, I just don't think it's good to make theories about it. It's not really good to speak on in general. Just like when Alex Jones spoke on Sandy Hook, I don't agree with the lawsuit. I don't agree with suing him out of oblivion. No, I don't agree with that at all. Maybe he should have settled for like, $1 million or something, but not like billions of dollars. Like they tried to sue this man for 2 trillion dollars, basically the GDP of India. They tried to sue him for the GDP of India, but then the court said, "No, you can't do that. That is way too much money. Like, no, we're not going to let you do that." Then I believe they ended up suing him for like 1.6 billion or something crazy like that. Now this man Alex Jones basically has to live off like other people's bank accounts and cryptocurrency for the rest of his freaking life. I mean, what else can he do? He's not a billionaire. He can't pay that money back. He's forever gonna owe them money. They tried to shut down his show, but then the court said they can't sell it, or there was some kind of issues where they couldn't sell it or something like that. Okay, well, it's almost India's GDP. You must be Indian because how the hell do you know India's GDP off the top of your head?
That makes me want to look it up just to have that off the top of my head. Because it's interesting to
Yeah,
know.
look up how much they try to sue that man for. Look up India's GDP. Look up whatever you want to do. But if you guys have any questions, comments, drop some
Yep.
super chats. Hell, if someone wants to see me do 300 to 400 push-ups, I'm a push-ups man lately. I've been getting my workouts going. Drop a $20 super chat. We'll do 300 to 400. I'm not the
Oof.
most buff fella, but I can do it. Diddy for president, oil drilling. Okay, that is hilarious.
Whoa.
But no, seriously, Diddy keep him in prison.
Yikers. He needs to stay locked up. But India's GDP is at 3.9 trillion. Pretty
So
good.
he was wrong. You were wrong. You were slightly off. He said
It's
like
all right.
four
India's
trillion, didn't he?
GDP.
He
Oh
said
yeah,
four
it's.
trillion.
I mean, this is off Google. There may be better numbers out there. They are really. I gotta give India some props. They are one of the most like. They're gonna progress really far in the future, and by like
What's
2040 or
our
around 20,
GDP? I'm curious. What's the United States GDP?
the 29.
29 trillion? That's
Yep,
it?
only 29.
Oh man, that's sad. We need to get our GDP up. Oh, here we go. They're talking about how Trump slashed $2 trillion. The first president to do that in the last 50 years. Now, do I think that we're actually making profits yet? No, we're not making profits. I'm not going to sit here and tell you we're making profits. But what I will tell you is that, like I said in the group chat, you were listening to what I was saying. We're not making profits, but we're spending less than we have. Like every president for the last 50 years has spent more and more money. The main difference is in the last 20 years, every president has spent trillions more than the last one. But Trump, he's only, Biden spent about, I think, about $500 billion between 2023 and 2024 and added new debt and added new deficit. Now that's just increased spending. Now they're saying that Trump increased the spending by 100 billion. Okay, cool. The year is almost over. We only got about 4 months left of the year, and maybe we'll end at 180 billion added spending. Okay, cool. Now we can start knocking that back. since during the pandemic we spent about 1.4 trillion in added spending in 1 year. Between 2019 and 2020, we spent about 1.4 trillion dollars and added we have a spending budget, but we added 1.4 trillion to the budget in 2019, 2020. And you can say because the pandemic, blah blah blah. I know, like I said, it makes no sense to spend more during when the government is shut down. Like I said, I don't agree with a lot of things that was going on at that time specifically, but there's still a chance that we could earn a bit more money. I mean, we earned like 400 billion, 200 billion, something like that, just from the tariffs. And we can't forget that we got like 1.3 trillion just from the EU alone. It was 750 billion to purchase United States electricity and energy, and we got 600 billion in direct investment. So I'm not gonna
And
say we're making money yet, but if it keeps going like the way we're going, if next year we see that the U.S. is actually paying off the debt and we're making profits, what are you guys gonna say then? Are you gonna say, "Oh, he's stealing my money"? Probably. You're gonna be saying something like that. But
so the deal for like the energy, the buying energy, that will eventually kind of pay up, but tariffs eventually come back to the consumer. We'll be paying for it. It will affect us, and historically has shown that when tariffs do come back to affect us, they they do us bad. Like
the main
that's
thing is,
where
though, we're not gonna be keeping these tariffs for years and years. Like I guarantee you, by next year, this time, probably 90% of all these tariffs will be gone.
I really hope
Either they'll
so.
be at a
Like
much lower rate or they'll be completely gone.
I hope
And
these
I
tariffs
don't
give us.
know, like what happened. Maybe you can educate me what happened the last time we did tariffs. But I think those tariffs were extremely high for multiple years, like 3, 4, 5 years. Thank you,
So
Robin. Robin said she likes both of our hats.
thank you. So last time we did tariffs in this size and attitude was back the late 1930s, right when the Red Scare that was talked about, some people know about. And during this event, we were going through a Great Depression, and this is what we were doing to try to fix it. And we weren't really doing it. And the only thing that really saved our ass was World War II. That was the only reason we really got tariffs didn't help us. They kind of put us in a pickle. They put us in a really tight pickle where we had to fight in World War II. So when people think of the tariffs, that goes right back to the historical books of thinking, oh shit, let's not have this happen again. This is too familiar.
Wait,
And
was there already the Great Depression, or did the tariffs cause the Great Depression?
if I remember correctly, the tariffs happened in the early 30s, which caused the Great Depression. So the tariffs will give us another depression. We will be going through another depression within, I do not know how much time. If these tariffs do not get cut quickly within, let's say, that year's time, we will face something of that magnitude. And it will affect us all in not a way
I
that's
think
good.
we've cut maybe. This is just a rough estimate. I mean, it depends if you count the EU as one deal or like 27 separate deals. I think there's 27 countries in the EU. If you count that as one deal, then it's one deal. But if you count it individually, we've probably had about at least maybe 35 tariff deals in the last 5 or 6 months. This guy says it's a reset. Yeah, it's a global trade reset. Now, one thing I'm not happy about is the value of the dollar, but I know it's killing it right now, which is the tariffs. But the value of the dollar will definitely go up. I think it will skyrocket, honestly. Once we end these tariffs and we have all this new money that we already made and all these new deals, like I said, we had the 1.3 trillion dollar deal that we did with the EU. Once we do maybe 20, 30 more deals like that, I think because when we put tariffs on countries, basically they stop trading with the U.S. dollar, And when they stop trading with the U.S. dollar, stop buying and selling goods from us with the U.S. dollar, that's gonna hurt the dollar. But once we, if we get a new deal like the $1.3 trillion deal we did with the EU, that means they're gonna have to give us all that money with U.S. dollars.
That will work
So
for a
that's gonna be
period of
good.
time. It will be like how the bump will go up, and then it'll bump, and it'll go right down. Like it'll be a little bit of like a stopper. It won't stop at all because we would have to make some serious changes in our manufacturing, and not even that. American made goods, they may be good, but when you compare them to China, which they have been making better quality goods as of late. So I know a lot of the stuff you see from Temu, that's cheap manufacturing, but their other side of manufacturing, which is heavy duty, their heavy duty manufacturing is on point. Like, I got to give them that. They have been winning in that aspect because we kind of threw our hands up. They took the opportunity and they ran with it. And look at them now. They have the ability to control drone swarms. That thing they did in Xinjiang with all the drones and the lights, that's just showing that, hey, we can control 10,000 drones, or is it 2,000? Maybe getting the number off a little bit by the thousands, but multi thousands of drones, and you can't do nothing to fight it. Like,
Yeah, no, I know that looks good and stuff like that, but Dubai has done that with their drones too. They do like drone shows and stuff like that. They'll control a few thousand drones. We have a bunch of drones too. And I know China probably has the biggest advantage on drones because, they have a lot of the drone manufacturing and such. And, I think the main problem we're not focusing on is the relationships with China. Like, we don't need to
needs to
be,
be improved.
everyone's going to get mad at me when I say this, but we don't need to be worrying about Palestine. We don't need to be worrying about Israel. We don't need to be worrying about Russia, Ukraine. Yeah, we should solve all those conflicts 100%. We should end the war. But those aren't our big enemies. Russia is not our big enemy. Their population is less than our population by like half as much, probably less than half as much. I think they only have 130 million people. We have 300 million people. If Hunter is free,
Yes.
Diddy should be free too. I mean, I think Hunter Biden did worse crimes than Diddy. If you want me to be honest with you, I
Uh,
mean, at least Diddy didn't do things with children. I'll say that much. The only crimes that Diddy got charged with is soliciting prostitution, I believe, and some other things.
there was some
Which do I
other
think he
things
did
in
a
there.
bunch more crimes than that? Yeah, he did.
But I mean, bro, I've seen the videos of Justin Bieber and Diddy together. I don't know.
Oh
I have
no,
a
I think he
feeling.
did that for sure. I think he did that for sure.
Yeah.
But do I think what Hunter Biden did was worse? Yeah, because I seen like photos of him on his laptop of him and his nephew and stuff like that. I mean, these were censored images and stuff, but I'll just say it was a
Okay.
censored image of his nephew sitting on his bed. If you know what I mean by censored, you can probably use your imagination. It was a censored image of Biden's nephew sitting on his bed while he was smoking crack. So,
Yeah.
if you can use your imagination of what probably went on there, then you can probably figure out, you can probably add them together. But they're both horrible. They should both be in prison. I don't want either one of them freed.
Both are bad, man. Personally, I believe. Okay, so back in 1995, that was the year when we legalized lobbyism, and since then, I don't think we've had a good president, really. Personally, I think that's when the lobbyists kind of took control and
Only
hey,
1995, are you sure?
oh, that's just when it got legalized. That's when you can just do it legally. They did it beforehand. It was just a lot more. You get in trouble if you get caught. Now you can do it at the A-OK. So that's when you had
Someone
all the
asked, did Hunter have 1,000 bottles of baby oil? No, but is baby oil a crime?
it is suspicious to have that large amount of baby oil if you're not like a store.
He's
Like, what,
he's an oil miner. He drills for oil.
That's the wrong oil. You get the wrong fuel.
Hell no, I'm not defending Diddy. Put Diddy in prison. Keep Diddy in prison.
Yeah, I wish that
I
they
can't
got him
have a
more
smirk face
on
laughing how
charges.
Diddy's in jail. He's a criminal.
Uh, he should have got more
And
time.
second off, put every single PDF file in the wood chipper. All my JD Delay fans, I'm sure you're familiar with this.
Turn them into pancakes and serve them to the plants. Big, strong plants. Not like human pancakes.
You mean he taps drilled holes? Oh my god. That is probably the most fucked up joke I heard on here.
Oh, God, Diddy 2028. Oh. Oh, that's the worst 2028 thing I saw. Oh, no, not Diddy.
What 20? Oh, you mean no, hell no. Diddy in prison until at least 2028. In prison,
He,
not president.
man, I hope they find some more things to put him in there longer because the glove fits on him.
Man, JD Delay would love me. If you guys have any comments or questions, drop a super chat. We will answer all of them. What are you guys saying? You guys aren't saying anything useful down there. If you actually have any questions or topics, we're down to talk about it. Or if you just want to see a workout, I would love to do 300 to 400 push-ups for a $20 super chat. Sold it to the Zio international banking cartels and corporate oligarchs. I don't know about that. I heard people were freaking out pretty badly when Trump said he's going after the cartel and he's sending the military after them.
Bro, did you hear about what's with the cartel and what they're doing nowadays?
What are
They're
they
out in
doing?
Ukraine. They went out there to Ukraine. The Ukraine's being, yeah, the cartel, Sinaloa, that they're out there fighting the Russians.
Are they selling Peruvian marching powder to Zelensky? However you say that dude's name, Zelensky.
I mean, shit, that might be how he kept his shirt green. Oh, oh, man. I do hope that when Trump and Putin talk in the next few days, I hope that goes well. Because
When he's meeting with Putin.
hope that goes well. I was up there in
Yeah, I
Alaska
know
not long
people.
ago.
Democrats are screaming their heads off. They're saying like, "How dare Trump let Putin come onto U.S. soil in Alaska? How dare him? He's an international war criminal. We got to arrest him." I mean,
No,
let's be honest here, huh?
he's doing what he needs. Putin was being surrounded by NATO. They've been doing this since the 90s. Like, it's kind of them just pushing their boundaries and poking the bear. And you poke the bear too much, it bite back. I mean, I think Ukraine's kind of just a pawn for NATO. They just get pushed around. It's sad, but that's what happens with the Western powers. We're bullies. We really are. And that's what we do. At least in Europe, we do bullying in the Middle East and all that. It's kind of what we do. I don't like that. That's
I
one thing that
100% agree. Do you think Ukraine is losing or winning?
Ukraine's absolutely losing. Like they're
Yeah,
saying they're
you would
getting
have to
these.
not have any type of common sense to say that they're winning. But some of these crazy radical leftists will say, "Oh no, Ukraine is winning. Ukraine is winning. They're going to win this war." I mean, they already lost 20% of all their land has been conquered by Russia. How the hell do you call that winning?
There's a lot of factors in play. Like there's a lot of propaganda coming out of Ukraine, like absurd amount. Like They're saying they're getting 1,000 men a day. I'm sorry, but it's hard to believe you're killing 1,000 men a day when you can barely stay in the front lines. You're picking up grandpas from the street. You think grandpa's getting 1,000 men a day? No.
I
This
know.
is bullshit to get the West, the Western hegemony, Europe, United States. Like, hey, let's fund you. You're getting them. But if you look into the obituaries in Russia, it is nowhere close to the number that the Ukrainians are saying. It's silly.
Yep. It is silly. If you guys are new here, hit that like button, subscribe. Let us know if you have any. Russia is losing 1,000 plus a day. There we go. One of those leftists that believe exactly what you just said that isn't true.
It's all right.
I don't believe that for a second.
Propaganda hits every part of the population in a certain way, and people eat it up.
If
It
Russia
just,
was losing 1,000 per day, that would mean Ukraine would have to be losing like 3,000 a day.
it just, Ukraine not even having they're running out of ammo, running out. Like, yeah, they're getting some supplies now, but they were running out. There is a war of attrition, and attrition is always in Russia's favor. The history books will say that Russia's damn good at attrition. They always have. So Russia really does have the winning playing board. The only thing the US can do is kind of throw our shit at it. It's like, all right, you're going to owe us money now. We're not really going to help them. We're just screwing them. That's the only thing we're doing. It's a helping hand. It's a, oh, fuck
We're just burning money for a war that they will never win.
So when it's all done and over with, they're going to be in debt. That's the whole plan. It's silly. I think that's how we're going to get the mineral rights. Some, but that's going to take forever to pay off. That's still billions of dollars that we won't see back anytime soon. The whole war in Ukraine has been,
All they're talking about is Russia losses in the chat. That just shows you how many leftists truly believe Ukraine is going to pull through this and win the war.
I'm sorry, but no, they don't got the numbers. Even if the United States was to give them every one of our patriots, which we're not, they couldn't defend their skies for more than 17 minutes in consistent fight. Like, that's just the Patriots. Yes, that's just the Patriots. There's other air defenses that do contribute to this number. There's a lot of factors to play. But Russia just has the manufacturing over them. They beat us in manufacturing. That's just how it is. Their wartime economy is pumping manufacturing. Are they taking a bite? Is their economy suffering from it? Yes, that's wartime economy. Kind of shifts into manufacturing, war, armaments, and whatnot.
Even a
So
lot of the Ukrainians are delusional. I mean, I know plenty of people that go to Kyiv and go to Ukraine. I mean, I have a friend that went to Ukraine twice this year, and she went to Kyiv, obviously. And now this guy in the comment is getting all pissed off. Just came back from Kyiv, dipshit. Cool, brother. People are coming in and out of Ukraine all the time. What's your point? What is your point? What are you trying to say?
I don't know. I think it's just delusion on both sides, obviously, on the left and right. So when people consume a bit of media for an extended period of time, let's say you're Ukraine's winning, and that's all you're consuming. That's what you believe, that's imprinted in your head. I don't think it's wrong for you to think that they're winning because that's what you consume. That's the media you consume. You don't try to change the perspective and look at how they could be losing. Or if you are, maybe you're not looking at all the different sides. attrition is not in their favor.
A lot of
Uh,
delusional people in the comments section. I see you guys. I see you guys. There are a winner. There is a winner. Russia's going to get that 20% of land they already conquered one way or another. They got two choices. Ukraine has two choices, in my opinion. Either lose their entire country or give up 20% of their land now and try to negotiate with Russia. That's the only way I see things ending. But other than that, I don't know how they could possibly end. What do you think's going to happen?
well, more than likely, if there isn't some sort of end of they give the land, they're going to continue on because Russia is right now. I think yesterday they got 6 kilometers in certain areas. Like they are getting land, they're pushing through, and a lot of areas. I mean, and once they close off one city of support, that just makes it easier to close a lot more land because it's flat. They'll get a lot of land. So it's best off in Ukraine's favor to take some sort of deal, or they could just almost lose it all. They're really at that point because they had this opportunity a few years back in 2022 when it was a lot more favorable, and now it's not the same predicament.
Someone asked, do I think Ukraine should give up 20% of their country? Yes, or they will lose. It's simple as that. There's no chances of winning, even if we give them troops, even if we gave them a bag of $1 trillion. That's not going to change the outcome of the war.
Someone
We're
said we took
beyond
some.
winning at this point.
Someone said we're taking softball, so I want a hard one. I want a challenge.
Yeah, give us
Last
some
two,
hard questions. Give us some hard questions and comments. Drop some super chats. We'll read every single one out loud, even if you want to say something stupid. What in the actual fuck? Some of these comments. Ukraine is a few months away from losing their entire Donbass. Russia just stomped their first of their defense lines in Donetsk. I don't even know how to say these Ukrainian places, but yeah.
I am looking for a hard one. I am scrolling. So it says you're not trying to.
It's mostly just trolls. Mostly just trolls. And this machine guy, he lives in Australia, but he's obsessed with the U.S. He's never been to the U.S.
Do you think Europe will let an authoritarian march across Europe? No, I believe it. Europe is broke, in my opinion. Like the whole entire reason they've been fucking with Russia is because they're broke. They need the resources. And Russia is a fucking treasure chest full of all the fucking resources you can need to build up an empire like shit.
Yeah,
Like an
who's been
economy.
buying Russian oil this entire war? Multiple European countries, including Germany.
Yep. I think the only reason they cut off that line was to get the whole pot. I mean, Europe and the EU, NATO, they're just poking Russia. I mean, communism's no longer a big thing in Europe. So NATO is not really needed. The only reason it's there is to really piss with Russia, try to cause a fight, topple them down.
Hi, I'm not a troll. Hey, Robin. Yeah, I know you're not a troll. I know you, Robin. You're in the Discord. You're a good person, unlike a lot of these trolls. Why doesn't Australia come in and give us some of their money so they can defend Ukraine? I know they're on the other side of the world, but so are we. Can they give some money to help Ukraine, please? Tell Albin that we need him to send money from his country to Ukraine. Everyone else is doing it. No, Russia is not stronger than America. Not a chance. But they're stronger than Ukraine, though.
It's
Also, the term is Uncle Tom, not Uncle Sam. Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant. Uncle Tom, not Uncle Sam. I guess this guy has been watching since the beginning.
all good.
Yeah, Uncle Tom, not Uncle Sam.
I think that's what you were referring to in the beginning.
Yeah. He just said that just
Yeah.
now. I mean, come on, bro. It's been a minute. You couldn't have dropped
Oh,
that comment when you were watching back then?
Australia? No, Australia's not a weak country. No, they're a pretty good country. I'd say they have the capabilities of being a damn strong country at that. Australia is a good place.
We have no reason to intervene in Ukraine either, but you guys should. That was the Kennedy's argument about Vietnam. Why does America need to be involved when they're so far away? Other countries are closer and have actual skin in the game.
Honestly, I don't think we need to be in anyone's bullshit. We don't need to be in their wars. We don't need to be in Israel. We don't need to be in any of those countries. We don't need to be. I think it's silly that it's just a big ass empire. We're an empire and we're at a point of collapse. And it's gonna fall back on us. So we got all these military bases everywhere. It ain't gonna do us no good because when when we fall, they're just gonna be bases with empty machineries. Uh, yeah, sorry.
Fact check. Military aid and humanitarian aid are totaling over 1 billion since the start of the conflict. I don't know. I think it's quite a bit more than that. Can you look up how much people have given to Ukraine? I think the United States alone has given at least 1 billion. Maybe
We
I'm
did
wrong.
make a pledge. Yes, we did make a pledge to Europe we would protect them after World War II. But pledges have been broken time and time again. Wouldn't be surprised if somehow it got broken. We've made pledges with other countries and that's fallen through, sadly, but that's just how the powers of be go.
Okay, Australia has contributed over $1 billion. Okay, yeah, I believe that.
Yeah. Just recently they sent over a bunch of Bradleys, about 50, 46 if I'm not wrong. Yep.
Every country breaks ceasefires. What's your point?
Ceasefires break. Sometimes they can last, sometimes for a long time, but they do break. I mean, what happened with Taiwan and Cambodia, they had a break.
Oof.
They went back to fighting. They had another break. That's, yeah,
We
these
have
part,
sent Ukraine $380 billion.
Israel broke every ceasefire. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Israel is, Jesus, man. They're gone crazy. And
Their
folks
own
are
money is
saying,
not personal.
and my apologies, folks. I know that I don't look the best. I've been sick for the last week. Had
Nah, they're talking shit about me. It's not you.
oh, okay,
They're
all
the one
good.
calling me grease bag, whatever they want to call me. I really don't care. They're just not nice people, bro. You just gotta realize that. You're a handsome man, bro. Don't apologize. Thank you, Kyle. You're a nice guy to both of us.
I mean, Israel. I mean, okay, let's be real. When they did the ceasefire, you had the Israeli folks in Iran causing all sorts of mismatch and blowing shit up. Thank you for the hat,
Hey,
love.
thank you, brother. Back door is exit only. Love that hat. I'm guessing you are from. I'm gonna sound like an idiot right now, but is that's British? You're British, right? You're British.
Me?
No, not you. The guy, the back
Oh,
door guy.
my bad.
No, you're good, bro. Nobody knows who you are, Ryan. You're like, hi, my name is Ryan Boyer. I'm back because Graham deleted me because I called him
I am.
greasy.
So when it said, am I against Israel? I don't support what Netanyahu's doing.
But he is Jewish. I'm just joking. Why did your face turn so serious? You're like, fuck you. That's what your face looked like instantly.
I just wasn't expecting that.
I had to troll
Oh,
you a little bit, but you're a really nice guy. I appreciate you coming on here talking with me.
all good. Yeah. Are we still talking? Anyone in the
Oh
street?
my God! Look at this one guy. His name isn't even Netanyahu, but I see like a little bit of Hebrew. Why did you delete him, bro?
Oh, I didn't click him. He deleted that
No, I
himself, I
know that
think.
was the moderator in chat.
Well,
He had like a little bit of a Hebrew writing next to his name. I'm just wondering, like, what the hell was he on?
yeah. I don't,
But he said his
it's
name
this
isn't even Netanyahu. Bibi? Benjamin? His name isn't Benjamin?
Benjamin Netanyahu. Uh, I don't like him. I really don't like what he's doing. What he's doing in Palestine is it's a genocide. It is egregious. Yeah, man. Just imagine you're trying to get some food and you're getting shot at just for getting food. Straight up rice or flour. It's wrong.
Maybe I agree with what you said about Netanyahu. You know, I'm not really a big fan of him. It's nothing against the country of Israel. I would like to visit the country of Israel one day, but the one thing I think we shouldn't ignore is I'm not saying this is 100% factual, but I do believe this is probably factual because if you just think about a war, like I think Hamas is stealing some of the food from the Palestine people because there's only a limited amount of food. And who's going to get it first? Of course, Hamas is going to get it before the Palestinian kids and children. And then if they have any extra, you know, it's going to go to their friends and family first before it goes to anyone else. So yeah, I do think they might be, you know, tampering with some resources, but both sides are doing messed up things. And obviously, Israel has been the one that's caused the most deaths, et cetera, et cetera. But there has been a small
Yeah.
amount of Israeli deaths as well. But do I think it's going to be solved? Yeah, I actually do think it's going to be solved. I'm not like most people saying, "Oh, it's never going to be solved."
I have not. If folks talk about Fox News, I don't listen to Fox News. I listen to independent journalists myself. I don't care for the big news
Dons, the man, the
agencies.
legend himself. He's getting married soon, Dr. Dons.
Hey,
What is he
congratulations.
saying here? What is Dr. Don saying? The whole point of what Israel is doing is attempting to use hostages as an excuse to land grab and expand to become independent of the West.
Israel, they have this. I'm not. There's a few books on it that came out in the later '80s, some in the '90s, of the Greater Israel Theory, which is part of the quote unquote Zionist plot. It's really, really messed up, trying to weaken other countries around them so that eventually they can take over the land. And my honest opinion, after 95, that's when they just said, fuck it, let's support the US. They do that for us. And that's why we went in Afghanistan and Iraq. We made an excuse. 9/11. That we made that happen. We have an excuse to go in there. I can really see why that could happen from the perspective of them trying to push that. Because in that time they had that Zionistic motivation to go.
Talk about the federal takeover of the DC police force. I mean, to be quite honest with you, I've never heard any good things about DC in the past 10 or so years. I mean, I know their crime is freaking crazy. And it's also crazy that you got all these politicians and important people. You got homeless people on the freaking doorstep of the White House. That's not a good look for the United States. And also, that ain't even like part of the main issue. There's much of like carjackings, violence. How the hell is DC like a place for politicians and it's supposed to be this place for Americans and whatnot, but they have no Second Amendment rights. They have high crime rates. It's a fucking shithole. I'm sorry if anyone from DC is watching, but I'm just giving you my honest opinions. Also, Kamala said she's not running for office because the system is broken. Oh, the system is broken when you lose. No, the real reason you ain't running is because you got embarrassed. You didn't even run in a primary. You didn't even run in a primary. You lost 7 swing state and millions of votes. But anyway, tell
Well,
us your opinion on DC.
mm, I don't have any numbers off. I do not know but from what I've heard, some places say that they had lower crime rates. So I see
No,
this as a possible. I don't really have a spot to say because I don't
fair
know.
enough. Fair enough. I mean, they
But
probably have lower crime rate than places like Los Angeles or places like New York City. Yeah, it depends where you compare it to. But if we're comparing like my state, Florida, or your state to DC, no, both of our states have lower crime rate. And
uh,
even the
I'm
biggest, even the worst
I'm
places in Missouri or in Florida, I think they have lower crime rates than DC.
as long as you're not in the cities.
Even
I'm in the
Miami,
city.
compare Miami, even though it's pretty much like Florida is red, but I would say Miami is maybe 50-50 or maybe even more blue. But even compare Miami to like, DC, I think Miami's a lot safer. And I also think places with Second Amendment rights, I mean, I don't know how you feel about the Second Amendment, but I think it
Oh,
does, stop a lot of bad situations. And this is just from my own personal experience. I know from my own personal life and experience, the Second Amendment has stopped a lot of situations from escalating. That's all I'm going to say.
it is a tool, but I believe it has to be treated properly. There's a lot of people that treat the Second Amendment or firearms like they're toys, and it's improper. Uh, you have all age groups doing it. And I don't think it's right. It's a tool. It's like playing with a hammer. Well, you're gonna drop it and crush your foot, and that's not gonna crush your foot. It's gonna put a hole in it.
J Money asked me how much to go to the beach with this hat on. I mean, I would do it for free, but for you, for a live stream, make it $40. If you make it $40, I'll see if I can agitate anyone. I'll go up to people on the beach and like point the camera right at them and just give them a look like,
Israel. Look at the documentary when I got the time. Seems interesting. Israel is interesting.
"Have you seen the documentary about Netanyahu?"
No, I've not. I should watch it. I've heard some good, well, not good
Miami
things,
does
bad
have a
things.
lot of, not a lot, but a good amount of homeless. Actually, maybe a lot of homeless. A good amount of homeless and illegal immigrants. Yeah, I agree with you. But even with all that homeless and illegal immigrants, yeah, I think Miami is safer than places like DC because at least you have your Second Amendment right, and I think also the actual crime rate is like lower. Like, yeah, Miami might even like in some areas. I mean, this is probably not like in comparison because honestly, New York City has more homeless people than anywhere I've ever seen.
Wait,
I'm sorry, I'm
sorry, I
reading your
got.
comments. I just stopped.
Oh, I'm reading them too. Just got a brain fart. Silver
Yeah, no,
here.
as I was saying, yeah, I was gonna compare it to New York City, but to be fair with you, New York City has more homeless people than I've seen everywhere. And also, thank you again. Back door is exit only. That's pretty funny, but thank you.
Yeah, yeah, I've been called Gandalf before. I think it's funny.
There's another guy that's on my show. He has a bigger and longer beard than you, and his beard is gray, and they call him racist Gandalf because he wears a Trump supporter hat sometime, a Trump hat. He's not racist at all. He's never said anything racist in his life. He's a truck driver, though. He has a long beard, like really long. He would call your beard a baby beard compared to his.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, I'm only
Your beard
21,
isn't a
so,
baby beard, though. That's a beard.
but for 21, not
Oh
bad.
yeah.
I grew this beard when I was up in Alaska doing ice road trucking last winter. That was, that was fun. Uh,
I want to
it,
go to Alaska. It looks awesome.
it is beautiful. I was up on the Dalton Highway, seeing going through the Arctic Circle, and man, it is beautiful. When you see the star, like the actual sun glisten over the mountainsides and all the snow, it's pretty. But it's negative 48 degrees, so you can't you can't step outside.
This guy says, "How much would you charge people in real life to change your mind and debate in real life?" I mean, I don't think anyone's going to give me any money to change my mind in real life and debate. But if you mean like someone off YouTube to like, you meant someone like on YouTube to meet up with me in person and change my mind? I don't know. I have no idea. No one's ever asked that question. I'm not even gonna throw a number out there unless this is like a real like. I already answered your question, J Money. I don't know.
Yep, if we did drop Israel, they would be a crater. Like they are the bull. Like we're the bully, and they're like the little bully. That since we support them, they kind of just bully everyone around them. Oh man, we have allowed this to go on for way too long. I think it's almost time we cut ties with Israel. I know that's not going to happen. I know that, but I wish it would happen.
Machine,
Sad.
aren't you only 19 years old? Mr. Machine, I'm not going to say that full name because that's just a weird name. I'll
Australia
just
is
call
not
you
a bad
Mr.
place at
Machine.
all.
Aren't you 19 or something? You said you're 19, I think. You're 32. Oh, you did no shave November. You're 32. How many countries have you been to? Because it's easy to say America is great, yeah, because we are great and we can look at all the freedoms. A lot of other countries, people are lied to. I'm not saying you're being lied to, but maybe if you haven't been outside of Australia, you should go to a place like America or some other countries.
I mean, the U.S. has it's a country. It has some good things, but on the broad scale, we aren't the best in like education and whatnot. So, and some other aspects, but we are. We are good at. Oh, yeah, no, no, I ain't shaving the beard. Yeah, the U.S. does have dominance, but that's just a. Mm, I mean, all you really need is a good stick, and you're good, man. I mean, I think Australia is the. I mean, if I'm not wrong, they're not really that fight. They won't fuck with you too much.
Probably
The
not,
koala
but I'm
bears
just
are the
kidding. There's
ones.
also wild animals.
The koala bears are the ones to worry about. Australia is a beautiful country, though. Though they have some scary bugs and some scary stuff, and we may not agree with how their government runs. That's not our place to really judge. That's how they run it. I. That's not my place to judge. They do their thing. Hell, they have a 19-year-old into a political spot. Might as well see how that goes. Good for them. First ones to let that happen. I think they're doing some interesting things. And yeah, I'd say good for Australia. I think they got a good future ahead of them. Though they have spooky
Are they
bugs.
dancing in the streets now? Who's dancing?
Dancing in the rain.
I think I know who they're gonna say dancing.
No
A
one's
lot of
pushing.
comments.
The only one pressuring the U.S. to help Israel is their lobbyists, who have a big chokehold into the political seams on both the left and the right, and that's where we have
That
people
is a
called
great
the.
point. Don't blame Israel. Palestine started it, but Netanyahu isn't doing a good job either.
He's putting salt on a wound. Sweet check.
Abolish lobbies.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, 40%. I would not be surprised. Like they got that much of a chokehold on us. So that's why we're doing all their wants. It is honestly really sad that we are really controlled by Israel. One of the smallest countries in the world, they got 40% of leverage on us. If we're
Forty
going with the
percent.
numbers,
Where does this
look,
number come from?
one of the guys in the chat said that number, Dr. Dews.
Where does that number come from, Doctor?
I think the number is probably a little lower than that, but it's probably decently up there. I would not be surprised.
Someone said that number is a joke. Yeah, I have no clue where that number comes from.
Yeah, that's just what the
Hold on
guy.
1 second, guys. If I pause for a second, he'll speak with you. Just give me one quick second.
Don't do. Yeah. Don't do that. 69%. Dog man, my cousin.
I'm back. Can you see me? Okay, here we are. Here we are. We're back. Lagging. Nah, man, that's your connection.
You were lagging a little bit with the camera glitching and cutting
Yeah,
out a little
no,
bit.
I figured.
It's
I was
all
just
good
messing
though.
with him though. I was just messing with J Money. I knew I was lagging.
Yep,
I think
dude.
Dr. Don's wife is actually Palestinian. Palestinian.
Good for
To be
them.
quite honest with you. I
Either
think
way, wherever
Chris
they are.
and Dr. Don's both have wives from Palestine. Nah, man, that wasn't even my Wi-Fi. That was just because I logged off the stream to check my messages real quick. I don't know, my guy. I never hear you talking about Russia or Ukraine.
Mm, I mean, the focus on both of them does take a lot of energy and does put a lot of stress on you. If you only focus on one that really affects your life, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You,
What's my
since that
Zionist name? I don't know. You guys can give me a Zionist name if you want.
no one should have to starve, absolutely. No one should starve and no one should thirst. I hope there's some water that goes over the Iran so they can drink. Though there's bullshit going on, whatever. I hope they can get some water. That's what's important.
I
Same
don't
thing with
know, Dons. The liberals disagree with you. They say it's Russia's fault for invading Ukraine. Freedom of speech is not unlimited. The Democrats love to scream freedom of speech whenever they get kicked out of a business for saying some stupid shit, or when they get kicked out of an airport for screaming bomb, or they get kicked out of a school for screaming fire, fire. Then they love to say, oh, freedom of speech.
So they saying, why did they invade? Well, if you look at what NATO has been doing with Ukraine for the longest time, they've been arming them up right on the border. And in early 90s, they were saying NATO and all the different NATOs and whatnot. Ukraine's a no-go. Just leave it alone. It's like a hot potato. It's like a landmine for fucking with Russia. Um,
I get what you're saying, but no one is innocent in the Palestine and Israel war. I do think one side is dominating and destroying the other side a little bit too much, but when you attack someone,
when going into I mean, when you go back historically, sadly, there is no proper owner of the land. It goes back and forth between the Israel, uh, Jewish folks, the
Who's locking up? Me or him or both of us?
Bro, you're locked up. No, I don't commit crimes. I'm Big Chillin'.
No, they mean the connection like lagging. Nothing to do with jail or prison.
Oh, Big Chillin'.
The only crimes you do are crimes against Israel. No, I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, I'll talk shit on Israel. That's the only crime I'll do. I mean, yeah, that's the only crime I do. Because cannabis is legal where I'm at, so I'm good. That's the only thing I do besides that. Talk shit, smoke weed.
Really? In Missouri it's legal? I didn't know that.
Fully recreational.
Damn, when did that get passed?
A few years ago.
Damn.
But here's a funny.
You remind me of this one YouTuber, X Cody.
Kodak. I've heard of him, but I don't remember his content. I think he was a good guy.
You sound just like him and you look just like him. Definitely look him up after this.
I'll look him up, but I doubt I'll look just like him.
I mean, you look a bit like him. Maybe not just like him. He doesn't have a beard as long as you. But he has long hair, too. Must have been fun for Bill Clinton to go to that island 22 times. Oh, that's disgusting.
My guy, you don't seem right. Yeah, I have been sick for the last week with tuberculosis. And I have less my smoking compared. I used to be a bad smoker, I admit that. But yeah, I've gotten better. No longer smoking as bad as I was back in the day. I had 98 to 99% like downgrade. Someone said stop smoking so much. I brought it down. This is just the long-term effects of smoking too much. Can't really get away from it. It is what it is. Yeah, I know it. I hit the vape. Yeah. You have your poisons in life. These are mine. You have yours. And there's nothing wrong with that. Edibles? Oh man, I wish. Sorry, I must stop talking about weed. My apologies.
What happened? Oh, enough.
My
I'm
bad. I was
vaping
talking
right
about
now, buddy. Yeah, I heard about Michigan, but let's get off this subject. I'll just say I heard about what's going on in Michigan. Yeah, it's cheap prices. That's all I'll say.
Cheap stuff.
And yeah, I've heard of Gage too. I've heard of Gage up in Michigan. Yeah.
Man, I wish I could enjoy gummies. I don't have the enzyme. I'm gonna be real. I wish never had the ability to enjoy them. But for all the folks that can, hell yeah. A little jealous. Just a tad. No, I just have this perma look. That's what happens when you smoke too much, I suppose.
Hit that like, subscribe button. Yeah, J Money, he lives in California, I think.
That's an interesting topic. Ooh, that one Brandon Herrera guy is going to be going into Congress.
Who the hell is that?
He's a gun guy who actually developed the AK-50. It's an AK that can fire 50 BMG. Pretty cool dude.
Damn.
Yeah, and he's a pretty traditional conservative. Homeless debate, buddy. I got it. This is not. What home? Where am I?
If this is a homeless debate, then count me in. Where are the homeless people? Where do I debate them? Doesn't he have a YouTube channel too? Him? I don't know. You can ask him.
Me, I did
Yeah,
a
I don't
little
know.
bit, but not too much. Um, Nothing too crazy. I played a little bit of that Schedule One game and the what's it called? Project Zomboid. I like those games.
I think they were
Project
talking
Zomboid.
about that guy in Congress too. You were talking about. Does he have a
Oh,
YouTube channel?
my apologies. Yes, his name's Brandon Herrera's. Brandon Herrera. That's what he goes by on YouTube. He he's going for a Senate seat in Texas. Um, he almost won the last one by about 300 votes or so. Like he barely lost. He almost won against a multi-million, multi-millions of dollars putting into the seat with this other guy. So,
Dr. Dons, I'm gonna have to remove you from chat unless you drop a $20 super chat, and that $20 super chat, all of it will be donated to Israel.
God,
Every last dollar of that $20 super chat will be donated to Israel. So if you don't drop a $20 super chat, Israel told me we're gonna have to censor you permanently off the YouTube application unless you donate $20, and that will go to the Israeli military. I send it right to Benjamin Netanyahu. He takes care of the rest.
oh God, that's
Come
brutal.
on.
That's brutal.
You guys can't take a joke, huh?
Yeah, the AK guy. That's another.
I'm tired of Don's anti-Semitic words. You have to drop a $20 super chat, Dons. That way we can donate money to Israel. And if you don't drop a $20 super chat, Dons, then I will call the airport and Benjamin Netanyahu will have your passport revoked. That means you won't be able to travel to Japan because Israel will revoke your passport. We have strong powers over the United States government, so we can revoke your passport. No, we need $20 of your personal money, not your taxpayer money, not the money you pay on your taxes. We need $20 separately. A super chat. Otherwise, we're going to have to revoke your passport, and you won't be able to travel for your wedding. Unfortunately, this is the Israeli government, Dons. Don't send a laughing emoji. This is not a joke. Either drop a $20 super chat or Israel will be canceling all your documentation for your travels, including your passport, your wife's passport, and both of your driver's license and IDs. You will not be able to leave the country. I'm
Let me
guaranteeing
ask
you
what
this.
this.
Israel has a lot of power and they don't like what you're saying. I got direct orders. Direct orders from Bibi himself. By the way, I just thought about the documentary about Israel. It's called The Bibi Files. The Bibi Files. If you don't like
Oh,
Netanyahu, watch that.
oof.
It was just a joke, ladies and gentlemen. Can you please take a joke?
Straight from the lizard alien overlords. uh, lizard
Straight from the
alien
lizard
overlords.
alien overlords. That is right.
Right out of the center of the earth. Oh,
Dons, if you don't eat the hungry Israelis, the Israelis are starving too. Some of them have no money to eat. They have no shekels, Dons. They have no shekels. Don, it's not funny. Israelis are going hungry while you're mocking their government.
Well, what Netanyahu is investing in is this really fucked up war. So I would say it is partly it is the government. The people itself are good folks. Like every government that has its faults, the people aren't the ones to blame. If for fully, they do have the part to blame for electing them. But what they do while they're elected, it's like you can't predict what the person's going to do while they're in office. And sometimes they find a way to stay there. They don't leave. They just stay. Islam, no, it goes back and forth. Like the historical, both people owned the lands for over 1,000 years. There is no right. There, like no one really owns it. They take turns historically. Sometimes for 50 years, sometimes for hundreds of years. And now we're in the modern day of seeing that play out, which is really fucked up in the way they're doing it.
Indeed, indeed. Guys, join the Discord, by the way. Join the Discord, link in the bio. Take the food stamps from one of the illegal 400-pound heifers and give them.
Well, historically, it does go back and forth where they've had a collective that had turns of thousands of years, not in full segments, but collectively thousands of years back and forth. It's
The
if you go into
Discord
the
should
real
work,
research.
brother. The Discord should work. Try again. I'm gonna make this live stream lag a little bit because I'm gonna check my messages again. Hold the door. Hold the door.
Good. Do you like to get hit while you're driving? I don't think anyone does. Yeah, the UK had their time in that region for a long bit.
Israel is texting me. You guys are right. Israel is texting me. The
Bro,
Mossad just texted me.
bro, definitely drunk drives. I don't drink, I only smoke. And that is for pain. West Bank, so have a dog. Yeah, I got a few dogs. Good doggies.
Don't be calling me a Shylock, bro.
Oh my gosh, Snuffles. Oh golly. That's an oh golly right there. Thank you for the beard compliment.
I'm not Jewish. But I would appreciate some shekels, guys. If anyone wants to drop a super chat, hell, if someone drops a $20 super chat, I will jump on the ground right now and do 300 to 400 push-ups.
Narciss.
I'm not Jewish, but he is Jewish. He lived in Israel for 10 years. The last 10 years, He's actually in Israel right now. He's in Tel Aviv.
I'm in Missouri. What? Oh man, I've never been outside the States, I'm not gonna lie, except going to Alaska. I'm Slavic. I got Russian
What
heritage.
was anti-Semitic? What did I say that was anti-Semitic? 1 second I'm Jewish, next second I'm too pro-Israel, then 3 seconds later I'm anti-Semitic.
Missouri's the new Israel. Oh golly.
We can do whatever you want, David. If you want us to debate about something or provide content, if you drop a super chat, we take all requests. What do you got to say? You can't just sit there in the chats and expect something specific when you won't tell us with a super chat and you aren't saying anything. So I don't know what you want.
This guy's concerned about what's going on with China and Taiwan. And that is a moment
Confused
of,
trolls.
yeah. So what's going on with Taiwan and China is China is claiming Taiwan to be their land, and they're going to
It is
take
their
it.
land.
Yeah, and they're going to try to take it peacefully. Nuke them, not a good choice. Within all the doctrines, not a good idea. Nukes should never really be on the table. Not a choice, because once one goes off, that's when they all go off. Escalation cannot be controlled, my friend. It's not like World War II when we were the only ones that had them. There's about 9 countries now, 7, soon to be 9. So it could be 9. I may be off a bit, but no, no nukes. Bad idea. And China's, they're not going to use them unless they get attacked first. That's how their doctrine works, which may make you feel a little bit better. They're not going to do it first, which is a good thing. But they're probably going to take Taiwan. There really isn't too much we can do. They're either going to do it peacefully through their political getting in their government or do a ground invasion. Either way, they will take Taiwan. There really isn't too much we can
Do
do.
you like fish sticks? Fish sticks?
Mm-hmm.
Hi from Oklahoma City. Hello, Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma is a fine place.
Hit that like and subscribe button. If you guys have any questions or comments, say something interesting. Or drop a super chat. We can answer all questions and requests out loud.
Why? How would they do a ground invasion? Well, for the last good few years, they have been developing these types of extendo platform ships that are really weird, but they've been developing them, working on them, and they can manufacture the fuck out of them. Their boat manufacturing, it makes the US pale in comparison. They make so many boats, man. Shit. So, yeah, they have no
You're
issue getting
welcome. We're
them.
here to entertain you.
We live in a caucus. Yep.
What the hell does that mean?
Not sure. But somewhere in the world, there's a catocracy of some sort. So, yep. Who knows? He might be referring to his location. I would say we're getting closer to an autocracy than anything. That's where we're getting closer to. Fascism, no. Autocracy, yeah, we're getting there. If not, we are there. And that's when it's all about the
I disagree
finances.
there with you, but
That's
I've
all
already
right.
had this discussion in the debate 100,000 times.
And that's all right. We can have separate opinions, disagree, and we can still communicate just fine. That's how the world works. Just because you have one opinion I don't agree with doesn't mean I can't talk to you like a regular person. That doesn't do no one no good. That's how you get the left and the right to push us apart and not lean together, like how we're really honestly what we should do. Regardless of believing one thing or another, we're still citizens of this country. We should care about our country. And if we don't agree on certain things, oh well, let's not let that distract us from what's going on in the world. And maybe focus on developing and fixing our shit at home. Because when we're distracted with hitting the left or the right, we're not focused on what we could do to fix the now. We're just distracting ourselves and finding an excuse to be that's the reason why this is bad, or that's the reason. The left and right do it to each other, back and forth. But realistically, we should just work together and put our straps on, get shit together.
Let's go fight China together. Let's get drafted into World War III. You ready, bro?
Country.
Yeah, man. Can't you tell I support Kamala? Obviously by this red hat, and also obviously by this behind me. Hell yeah. I support her decision. I support Kamala, like I just said. I support her not running again for office. Like I said before, I support her decision, and I support
All right.
her.
The Indo-Pacific will make it challenging for China. You have no not wrong with that at all. Um, yeah, it's going to make it challenging. War is not easy. Once that happens, oof, I'm pro war.
Who's the clown in the background? I don't know. She doesn't look familiar to me.
Yeah,
The
China.
left just doesn't want to see me do 300 to 400 push-ups. Because if they wanted to see me do 300 to 400 push-ups, they would have been dropped a $20 super chat. Kamala Toe Harris. What are the
It
comments
acts like
saying?
he doesn't want war, but yet wants war. Like what? No, I don't want war. But when another country does their thing, that's not my place to say. That's their predicament. I don't believe I should have a say too much on what goes there. I could say my opinion, but it doesn't really matter because I'm not there. So it shouldn't matter. Same thing if, let's say, there was a war in China. This theoretical with Mongolia. Wait, that's just, yeah, Mongolia and China went to war. Whatever we say is not going to matter. They're dealing with that. That's their thing. So when you comment on things that aren't your place, it's kind of you don't do nothing. It's like distracting the populace from what's really there, and like right in front of you. It's a big distraction. Both sides do it from what's really affecting the folks and the good people. Caveman. Yeah, I'll take it.
Absolutely. Distraction.
Because, man, a lot of wild shit's going on in the world consistently. The world It's not a world war, but the world is at war, and it's just really it's not a good time for the world.
I
I don't
love
do it.
war. That way, these big corporations and companies can make billions of dollars off us dying. We can get drafted. Don't you want to get drafted? That way, we can die on the front lines together.
Oh hell nah! I want to live.
Oh, this guy's saying I want war. I don't want war. Who the hell wants war? Dick Cheney wants war. Liz Cheney wants war.
Sure.
Your text shows your IQ is around your shoe size. It's a great honor. Hell no. Hell no.
I mean, with how they do drafts nowadays, it takes about 6 months to a year. So the only reason there'd be a draft if there was a really drawn out war. So if there's a really drawn out war, a conventional war, fuck it, I'll go. Like, because that's the call of duty. I get drafted. What else am I gonna do? Go to jail? Nah. I don't want to get diddled by the diddler. Oh hell no.
Don't you want to share a cell next to Diddy?
No. Oh
Oh,
no.
God.
I'd rather get my green straps on.
Thank you for your service, Tony.
Thank you, Tony, for your service. Oh my golly.
No, Alexa, we are not brothers. Alexa is a woman's name anyway.
It is.
Or tell a therapist you have crippling anxiety, they can classify you as mentally ill. They can't
Mm,
prove you don't have anxiety.
yeah, they'll still take you. Like, to get out of being called for, like, when you get that call of service, you didn't get out of it. There really was no way of getting out of it in the way that it is now. There is no way of getting out of it. They got that shit cut and clear. The only way that with what Trump has put in is you would have to be trans. I'm not going to get into the political shit of it, but
I'm
even that,
trans.
it's not. You can't even just do the fake it. You got to remember the CIA will keep an eye on your ass. And if you're faking it, oh, you're thrown right in. Get on in
You
there.
know how many
Is it
times I've said I'm trans on live stream or on the internet? Does that count as evidence or proof that I repeatedly
oh,
said I'm trans?
okay.
I'm
So back,
prepping for the draft. Why do you think I'm already identifying as trans? Because I've been trans for a long time. FBI, if you're watching this, I'm 100% trans.
so to use an example, back in the early 2000s, before Obama allowed homosexuality in the military, they would test you. Like they would keep an eye on you if you were homosexual, if you get drafted. Like if they did, it's a little, they were peepee. Our government does that. I mean, Snowden proved that. Then, I mean, they do a lot of shit that we don't know. Like,
Pardon Snowden.
yeah, pardon Snowden. I don't know if it's going to happen because he's probably going to release some shit the moment he comes out. But is
He can
he in
release
Russia?
some shit in Russia.
Yeah, let him release all this stuff in Russia. Snowden.
Snowden has the Epstein files. How do you pass for homosexuality? Did you
I
did
know
you
it was
how do
weird.
you test for homosexuality? Did you pass?
Yep. What? Yeah. Welcome to the military in the '90s. They did some weird stuff, man. You can look into it. It may have been the '60s or around that era. Like they did test for it during Vietnam. People would say they were gay, and they would make sure you were. And if you found out that you weren't, you got sent right there. Into shit. Silly. Yeah, you're right. He is old news. Sweden is old news, but hey, he was a he did drop some really good information. I still think it's valid to let him out. But you're right, he is kind of obsolete. I wouldn't say you're not wrong. He might have some extra stuff, but if he hasn't said anything yet, yeah, he probably might be obsolete. I could see that. Like having knowledge wise, because he had the opportunity to say all he could. He had the spotlight.
This new season of Duck Dynasty is boring.
I've never seen that show. Is it any good?
Yeah, it's really good actually. It's hilarious.
All right.
But they're talking about us. Obsolete?
He may. I don't know. You may not know. He might. If he does, hell yeah, let it be out. If he has something, I would say let it be out. If he doesn't, well, then he doesn't.
Yeehaw! Yeah, guys. I can't show my face. I forgot about that. Otherwise, my boss is gonna fire me for my political opinions. Can you can you tell it's me?
Nope, I don't know who you be.
Thank God. Shit.
Oh man, I'm sorry, but he gives me a soldier from TF2 vibes. Just barely covering your eyes. Reminds me of soldier from TF2.
No, at least my boss won't know who I am now. Otherwise, they're gonna fire me for my political opinions. They can't find out I like Trump. Who that in the background? I don't know who that is, honestly.
I
The
don't know.
Duck Dynasty guys were Christians. That is facts.
I'm never gonna forget that. You look like the Forrest Gump at the Mountain Valley.
Man, you're making fun of me.
Oh no, I know exactly what moment you're talking about. Oh, that's funny.
What
And
the
then
hell? Make America suffer again?
as soon as you let me know your
Does anyone have any last questions, comments? This is your last chance to see 300 push ups. 3 to 400 push ups. 3 to 400 push ups for a $20 super chat.
well, some folks say
Kick
we
me out.
say
I'm
fake
illegal.
news, but hey, if you ever want to do some research and finding out your own perspective, ground news is a great source. I use it myself. It gives you left, middle, right? Gives you both all the perspectives to be able to work out your own perspective. So you don't just
Yeah.
get given one. You make your own with conductive reasoning. I don't follow
Be
any of the
careful,
big
guys.
news
If you say
sources.
anything about immigration, this Robert guy will post your IP address. He'll find out where you live and send the cops to your house.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a
No
party
freedom of
pooper.
speech allowed around Robert. If you say your opinion, then it's over.
Then force your YouTube channel. Yes, I love them. They're going to be going live in a few hours. I listen to them almost every night. They're good folks. I don't just listen to opinions I support. I listen to both sides, even if I don't support it, so I can learn. Because even if you don't like the person, you can still learn from them. Just because you don't like your professor in college doesn't mean you ain't gonna learn from them.
Oscar, why don't you drop me a super chat for a new hat? I'm not gonna. Oh, what happened to him? There he goes. Yeah, Oscar, if you're not trolling, why don't you just drop a super chat for a new hat? How about that, brother?
Robert, I'm 7. Bro, why is a 7-year-old?
I can barely hear you now.
Oh, what's that hat is garbage. Hats are hats. If it fits your
How
head,
or home? You click on the chat bar, you click the money sign, and you can drop a super chat. Are you on your computer or your phone?
oh, I'm on my computer, my phone,
Your computer or your phone?
my phone, my phone. Banana phone.
Bro, you keep sounding confused. Are you on your phone or computer?
My phone. I have my computer up here, so that's why I'm on my phone. It's alright. Oh, you're talking to them. I'm a dunce.
Peace out, Haven.
I'd wear a dunce hat for that.
Oscar, did you get the message?
Have a wonderful evening, Haven. Enjoy your evening
Yeah, I don't know if it's you or me, but everything sounds weird now, and I can hear myself echoing on your phone.
Let me turn down my audio a little bit.
Does anyone else hear an echo, or is it just me?
It's on your end, but it may be coming through your mic to my mic. Let me turn it down. That might help with that. There we go. You good? You got your hand raised.
I don't want them to suffer any longer. They said that Kamala is staring into their eyes.
Oh no. You're gonna give me nightmares, man. She's scared.
Well, I think I'm gonna hop off here in about, I don't know, a couple minutes. But if anyone has any final questions or comments, drop the super chat. Yeah, I can barely hear you. They're saying they can barely hear you.
Oh, I'm just not talking.
Echo.
Should I get a little? My bad. Sorry.
I don't know. It sounds like you just dropped your phone.
I did it. I don't know. Are you able to hear me clear, or is it glitching?
Can you guys hear him or no? Or is it a little bit weird? He's super quiet.
My
They said no, they can't hear you at all. Multiple people said they can't hear you. Any final questions or comments? I hear an echo. That's all about I hear. But if you have any final questions, comments, turn your Bluetooth off, someone said.
My Bluetooth is off.
I don't know. It went crazy. Any final questions or comments? Drop a super chat. If we get a $20 super chat, I'll do 300 to 400 push-ups without stopping, guys. I guess you guys really don't want to see it, though. And you're still watching. Hell yeah. I don't know. The screen is black now, bro. Yeah, I can't see you at all. Oh, there you are for a second.
There
Drop
we
that
go.
Twitter. Oh, yeah, there we are. Much better.
Alrighty.
Yep, that's right, Sniffles. That's right. Drop that Twitter. My Twitter is the same name as my YouTube name, Euro and Travel.
Gandalf. Redneck Gandalf casting spells. I'll take it.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, I think I'm going to hop off. I might come back in like 20 minutes, guys, but I think I'm going to hop off right now, eat something, take a washroom break. But I appreciate your time, my guy. It was good talking with you. We should go live again sometime.
Sounds good. Have a
Thank you.
wonderful
Much
day.
appreciated.
Keep it good.
Yeah, you as well. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Don't go, Aaron. I'll be back on again before the day's over. Don't worry. Peace out, guys.